Hello and welcome along to the Project Cars 2 Virtual Racing League, where you join us today as we continue the fantastic IndyCar Championship that we are running. Today it's round 3 and we are back at an oval circuit. It is Indianapolis. No, hang on. Which one am I on? Sorry Alex, I think I'm on the wrong one. I'm on an Indy Oval. What are you on? Oh, it's the right one. Okay, yes. Round 3, we'll just continue. Round 3 of the IndyCar Championship, and it is the oval, like I say, definitely the oval one. Oh, that's round 4 then. Oh, have we done Indy GP? Oh, okay then. Anyway, the format, 10-minute qualifying, circuit and road courses, 30 minutes, and ovals 25. So today is definitely an oval. And we've had it confirmed, and yeah, so 25 laps there. Hopefully they won't run out of fuel. Anyways, Alex CDL leading the way on 95 points, 2-point margin over Scuderia Sam. Roger the Dodger, 78 points, 2-point margin over Stuart Davis in 3rd and 4th. And then we got Luke McGee, D-Man, Free-Gazelle, all having a fantastic scrap in the midfield. Stalker Brown, Subrosa, Makevs, Twingo-tastic, Alex Brown, Mr. Oxlon and BDCC Dan, who absolutely love a good oval, don't they? I don't think they're racing anything apart from ovals in this championship. Team Spin is on 154 points. Scuderia Man, is on 143 points. Alex Brown, rather confusingly, that is actually 2 people, on 137 points. Luca Gazelle on 99. Mucktastic, Crazy Brosa, and yes, the last one is 7th there. Anyway, we're off now, and the drivers have got 4 whole corners to compete in this oval here, not rather than the 3 that we did at the last oval. So real challenge for the drivers today to go left 4 times. And there's already a bit of carnage going on the infield. Oh, a big crash at the back there. I think it's Roger the Dodger and Stalker Brown, I think, was involved, as we're looking at Luke McGee in the midfield there in 5th place. Oh, and spinning out of control, that's Mr. Oxlon in the yellow car. He's facing backwards now. Is Oxlon 352, and he's trying to find first gear. He's not going to go over anywhere if he keeps going backwards like that. As cars fly past, recovering. I think that's Stalker Brown and Roger still recovering. Scuderia Sam is in 3rd, just behind Alex CDL and Stuart Davis. They love their ovals, especially Stuart Davis. He's a real oval specialist. He won the tri-oval event that we've already run in this championship. Oh, a little bit of bodywork falling off there as Luke McGee and BTCC Dan and Twingo-tastic all battle away, going over the start line to complete the first lap of a grueling 25 lap race here.
Yeah, maybe 25 laps, but it should go pretty fast with how quick these cars are going. Some points there in 240 miles an hour, especially in the slipstream, as you see the cars all following there. BC Dan lost a bit of his front wing earlier. Free-Gazelle following closely. He'll want a good result here as he goes well in ovals. He's almost won them a couple of times, but usually bad luck strikes or D-man strikes on the final corner. But down in 8th place at the moment, so not the best to start.
No, yeah, not the best to start, but as long as you tag onto the slipstream and keep your foot flat to the floor and very skillfully avoid those walls, then they should be okay, I would have thought. Of course, it's not really the walls they need to avoid though, is it, Alex? It's each other. I guess, if I have to say, I'm not the biggest fan of ovals. I don't know if anyone knows that, but I guess the real challenge is racing closely with each other over a whole distance, and virtually millimetres apart at times, as we ride on board with Twingo-tastic at well over 200 miles an hour. 240 miles an hour these cars can go, as Twingo now going past Alex Brown. I think that was Alex Brown just riding up a little bit too high there and touching the wall, and yeah, Twingo-tastic just breezing past. But yeah, that is the challenge here, isn't it, Alex? It's avoiding each other rather than the walls, although Alex Brown just hit the wall.
Working together, like hopefully you see here with McGee and BCC Dan as well as Free-Gazelle, just trying to nick the slipstream off and then basically top and tailing each other constantly, so you can get that pull along to catch the cars ahead. That's the idea of it. But like you said, it's whether the communication between the drivers will actually work. And there's 4 drivers in this pack now going into turn 3, following along BCC Dan in the bright yellow machine, closing in on. Looks like Alex Brown just ahead, so Alex Brown recovering from his crash. He's motoring along nicely, but like I said, he'll have this pack to push him along to and hopefully catch Twingo in 4th.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be a great little battle if that happens. How far or how close do you need to be to the car in front in order to pick up that slipstream? As we see Stuart Davis with a 1.3 second gap over Scuderia Sam at the front now.
Not too far ahead. You feel it quite soonish, as soon as you can see the car ahead, really, as you see Tingo making a move on Alex. Alex going very slow in these early stages, whether he's picked the wrong setup for this track. There's a couple of ones, and it seems the stable set is the one to go for. And as we see, I thought Twingo was going straight for the pits then. There is a mandatory pit stop, but going at that speed could cause all sorts of havoc. As we see a car in at the moment, didn't see who it was. Oh, thank you, cameraman. Roger the Dodger in the pit.
Yeah, Roger the Dodger taking his stop very early, so that could be a good tactical decision there by Roger the Dodger. We'll have to wait and see how it pans out for him, but he'll be hoping he comes out with a number of other cars in order to pick up a nice slipstream. If you find yourself all alone, then you're in real trouble, aren't you, with these cars? You will not be hitting that maximum 240 mile an hour that you really want to be hitting down the straights, as we see D-Man now chasing hard after Stalker Brown. And talking of Twingo-tastic fighting Alex Adil there, Alex Adil championship leader at the moment, of course, and Twingo-tastic has finished 8th in the first 2 races, so he'll be hoping to go a little bit better here today. He's obviously up in 4th at the moment, so podium could be on the cards.
Yeah, definitely, he's going really well. He went well in the first oval at Daytona, where he got pole position, so clearly another driver that likes the oval format. So no surprises really, he's going well in 4th place like you said, but this group really starting to heat up now. Following Luffy McGee in between Sam Freegazel and BCC Dan. It's not some place you usually want to be, but it's going well for him so far.
Yeah, it seems to be, as they go around another one of the 4 corners that look identical to each other now, so we don't really know which corner that is. Oh, that's the pit entry, so that must be coming onto the pit straight. Yeah, you can see that big tower, very clear indication of that pit straight on Indianapolis. That tower is quite famous, isn't it? That big one with all the numbers on it of the cars, so everyone can see.
Do you mean the position counter?
That's it.
Yeah, like I said, very famous, and that's right. I think it's right next to the famous line where the old bricks are from the original track. So they keep some tradition here, and it's quite a.
That is a good point. That is a good point, actually, because it's one of the oldest tracks in the world, this, isn't it? But it's also the biggest sporting venue in the world, too. 400,000 people capacity, Alex.
Well, I'm surprised no other newer circuit could beat that at the moment, as we see Scuderia Sam now really closing in on the lead of Stu. So whether Stu's made a mistake, but look at Sam close up, and he's already looking. He's pulled out the slipstream. He'll have side draft, which will help him, but only if he gets a slight bit close. You can see he's nudging ever so slightly to the right. The cars naturally want to turn to the left, but he's giving himself a shallow angle there, and Stu can just pull out a car length on him. So we get the slipstream now onto the start straight, and should be able to go past. Let's see, staying on board. Cut away unfortunately, but there you go. Yeah, right on the gearbox. Look on the inside. You probably won't go too defensive, but Sam thinks best of it might go on the back straight, as Mike Oxlong's right in the way, who's about to be lapped.
Yeah, he's about to be lapped, but they'll pick up a nice tow now, and Stu Davis will be thankful for the tow, I think. But look, Alex EDL's not far behind as well, and Alex Brown, so, well, Alex EDL certainly isn't far behind. So, yeah, this could be a 3-way battle before long. And Scuderia Sam would just be quite happy to sit here, I think, in the tow for a minute. And, you know, it's a long way to go in this race, not even halfway yet. The pit stops as well, still to shake out. As Twingo-tastic, is that him exiting the pits? It looks like it, Alex. The pit exit's quite awkward here at Indianapolis, isn't it?
Yeah, like most American tracks, it seems. There's Sam making a move for the lead. Going on the inside. Great move, very clean, but Stu probably let him do that so he can run in the slipstream now, save some fuel, and also take advantage of it. As I said, we're quite far into the race now, almost halfway. So this is a nice little battle as they're about to lap the slower car there. But the pit lane isn't great. It goes through 2 corners and it feels like the slowest thing ever. And if you light up the tyres, it can go all wrong very easily as Sam goes up the in. Oh no, he doesn't go up the inside. He goes around the outside of Mike Oxlong. So really scarpering away and putting him in between him and Stu.
Yeah,
oh, he's around!
Actually, isn't it? Oh, and he's round. Oh, well held though. I think he lost a lot of momentum coming onto that straight there. But yeah, it was very well held, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, you expect him to go around into the barrier, but he really got a good grip of that Indy car that did Mike Oxlong.
He did. Anyway, riding on board with Stuart Davis now, so he's in second. That's Scuderia Sam just up ahead, less than half a second. It doesn't look like half a second, but they're going so fast. That's the sort of distance that one of these Indy cars makes up in half a second. But yeah, real fierce battle going on at the front. But these two, they're quite experienced. They know each other very well too from their karting days together, and they've raced a long time together virtually as BTCC Dan and Luke McGee now pit. So I'm sure they kind of know what they're doing, and probably if there's going to be any crashes, hopefully for their sake, it won't be till the end of the race.
Yeah, that's pretty smart, as they were going around together, so pit together, and in theory go out together and carry on the slipstream. And there's someone is in the pits as well. I can't quite see it. It looks like a silvery car. A long stop for them, whoever it is, whether they've been disqualified, it's hard to say, but very fast pit stop for Dan there, and now Loopy leaves.
Yeah, could that be Alex Brown, I wonder? Because he's down there in 11th at the moment, and we have seen cars get disqualified before, haven't we? And it's a very long stop. I think it is Alex Brown, and I think Alex Brown could be out of this race, unfortunately for him, because I think it could be speeding in the pits there, Alex.
Yeah.
Very easy to do at these ovals.
Really, especially here, it's really easy as you come off the final straight and do pretty much, final corner, you're pretty much braking immediately just to hit that line to get your speed below. So if you don't do that correctly with the setup as well, you can spin out, as we see Stu about to enter. You can see, look how slow, slam on the brakes, locking him up, doesn't matter, it might be changing tyres, so it shouldn't matter too much. And he will probably go a lap down to the lead of this man, Scuderia Sam, as he goes around the outside of, I think that was Roger. And Alex in as well, so Alex doing a pit in the same time as Stu, whether that works well. And who's that? Stalker Brown in as well. So the teammates join each other.
Decided then it's the time. Exactly halfway through the race, so that's quite interesting. Everyone's decided now is the time to do it. Stalker Brown will get a nice slipstream from Stuart Davis, and Alex DL, if he can get out the pit lane and really attack the pit exit, he might be able to as well latch onto the slipstream of these two, and that could bring them both very much into play when Scuderia Sam comes in for his stop. And Free Gazelle, actually, he's up in second now as Free Gazelle. He's had a couple of fifth place finishes. He's been going on alright in these Indy cars, has to be said, and he does seem to like ovals quite a lot too, does Free Gazelle. He very nearly won the first oval, didn't he, until that last lap crash. So yeah, don't count him out entirely either, as we ride on board with Stuart Davis now, coming out that quite tricky pit exit. Oh, BTCC Dan's round, and he's coming across the pit exit now as Stuart Davis gets up to speed. Ooh. Oh, and slammer Stuart up in the air. He's done a Mark Webber. He's getting on again now though, and BTCC Dan just goes, oh, what was that, and carries on his way.
Yeah, not ideal. The way the Indy cars are designed, they shouldn't be doing that, but I guess the difference in speed, and he just went up the backside of him. So that's going to cost him a whole heap of time. And interestingly, in the pits, Stalker Brown jumped Alex, so whether Alex took on more fuel or tyres as the leader goes in now, so that puts Free Gazelle up into first place. Where is Stu coming through? Stu still not come through. That's really it's really affected him, that little instant as Sam's already leaving.
Very quick stop from Scuderia Sam as well. Definitely didn't take any tyres on there, and probably only a slight splash and dash if these drivers do need fuel. Do you know if they need fuel actually to complete this race, as we see Scuderia Sam makes it in the pits now?
I think it is just a splash and dash. Shouldn't need tyres. I know one or two of the drivers did take tyres just in case because they weren't too sure. But you see that awful pit lane where one mistake and you're around onto the grass. But I think it is literally just a few litres and you're good.
Yeah, so literally a splash and dash, as you say. So Stuart Davis only coming around turn 1 right now. So look how much it's cost him. He's well off the back of Scuderia Sam. It's about 7 or 8 seconds now. So that's really, he's not going to get a slipstream from that far back. So his battle now looks to be with Stalker Brown unless something happens up ahead.
Yeah, the only thing you can imagine is if Scuderia Sam hits a back marker, catches Free Gazelle and battles, but at the moment Stu's on his own and with no slipstream, and now Roger worked himself quite nicely back up to 6th place, battling with Twingo, and we know how well Twingo goes, and then there's another battle as well for 8th place between D-Man and Looping Machine as Freegazel now pits from the lead.
Yeah, the lead is in as the cars flash by on the start-finish straight across that layer of bricks. And Freegazel's still in the pits. Oh, he's getting going again now, though. Oh, side-by-side action on the pit straight there. Who was that? I think that was Roger and... who was it? Twingo, I think. Wasn't it, Alex? A couple of battles going on down the fast start-finish straight there. Sorry, just looking at Freegazel. It's such a long pit lane, this, isn't it?
Yeah, really long pit lane. They really felt it, especially in the Indy GP they did the previous round. As it's going the opposite way, so it just feels even longer. And it looks like Alex and Stalker Brown work together. They are teammates, but Stalker Brown pulling away and Freegazel down to 3rd, so that's a good strategic pit stop for him. He's jumped up a whole bunch of places, but he should have these two now bearing down on him with the massive overspeed compared to him, who's building up speed. Oh, that's Alex hitting the wall there in the background. That's going to cost him.
Yeah, we saw Scuderia Sam do that in the first event, didn't we? He was battling away with Alex CDL and Lupin McGee and just tapped the wall ever so slightly, and that was enough. Put him off the back of it, no slipstream. And hopefully that doesn't happen with Alex CDL here. Hopefully he can still latch onto that slipstream and give us a photo finish. And D-Man as well, he comes strong towards the end of races. He's now battling with the Scotsman Lupin McGee, with Mr. Oxlon just watching on just behind there. So, yeah, D-Man right in a slipstream here of Lupin McGee, and it will start to get tactical now, Alex. This is where oval racing might actually start to get interesting, is when there's some tactics involved towards the end of a race. Who wants to be leading the last lap? Do you want to be leading the last lap, or do you want to be behind in the last lap?
You'd want to be behind on the back straight, so you can just send it on the final start-finish run, as we see Twingo-tastic now getting out of the aero, going back in, just making sure the driver ahead knows where he is. It's Roger, looks like. So these two are on a fantastic battle. Unfortunately, said Twingo looks like he's had a few incidents which cost him a potential podium, because definitely has the speed for it. Oh, like that, straight into the barrier, but it didn't affect him too much, and he's still on the run. He's going around the outside of Roger. Roger still having a bit of speed. Oh, they're banging, they're clashing. It's there's no love lost between these two. Roger wants to keep 6th place because it's good for his championship. Oh, don't hit. It's so nervy intense between these two. Roger prevails now, but Twingo-tastic on the outside gets a side draft, goes on the inside, the better line onto the 3rd corner, but it will be a bit shallow, so it does give Roger a chance to go on the outside unless Twingo squeezes him. It looks like Roger's backed out. Yeah,
Roger, of course, came to blows, didn't he, in the last Indy oval race that we had, but he's 4th in the championship at the moment, and he's having a very good run in these Indy cars. He's so fast, is Roger the Dodger, especially in these cars. So, yeah, he needs to think a little bit about the championship here. Obviously, it's a bit of damage limitation in some ways for him here. He won the last one, didn't he, in the Indy GP race that we did at round 3. This is round 4 today, of course, so... yeah, he's a form man, is Roger, but sometimes it's a little bit of damage limitation, and perhaps that's what he's thinking today.
Yeah, definitely is. It was not his strong suit. It's definitely the twistier stuff, or as you'd probably say, proper racetracks. But
well, ones where you have to use the brake and turn right.
Yeah, that's true. You have to turn a bit right, leaving the pit stall, but. Talking of that, we got a nice battle here between, who's that? Oh no, it's Twingo going around, lapping Oxlong, so lap down he is, and Twingo's with so much pace at this point in the race. He's absolutely dropped Roger.
Yeah, it's surprising actually, isn't it? I mean, maybe Roger tapped the wall or something, but like you say, Twingo's absolutely on it right now. 41.2, which is the fastest time on the circuit by the looks of it right now for Twingo. So he really is flying, his Twingo-tastic, as these cars get lighter and lighter towards the end of the race. Don't know whether that's to do... I know some of the drivers were going down to 5th for some of the corners, weren't they? And then back up to 6th on the straights. Maybe he was just staying in 6th and now that's really paying off with the lighter car. I don't know, just speculating. But anyway, round the last corner. Is it the last corner? Nobody really knows because all the oval corners look the same. Scuderia Sam coming onto the start.
I think it's a lap to go.
Straights. Is it another lap? Oh, okay, so we'll have to wait another lap, unfortunately. But, yeah, so another lap to go for Scuderia Sam. You see Stuart Davis in the background there at the start of the finish straight. So it's literally the whole length of that straight. That's what cost him with the incident with BTC Sedan.
Yeah, unfortunate, really. it definitely made it a bit interesting seeing where everything came in. So we look now at the winning car, unless he messes up the last two corners. Definitely, it seems to be definitely one of the fastest men on the track today, and like his car really had a target on his back for the others to chase, but they couldn't quite get him.
Yeah, that's true. You probably feel a little bit wrong winning an Indy race. He sort of prefers the track circuits, but he'll take it anyway, I'm sure. Good points, especially after what happened to him in the first oval race with Roger. So it's a win for Scuderia Sam, and Stuart Davis will be coming home in second place. So a first and a second for him, with Free Gazelle very close behind there. So those two both love their ovals, don't they? And Stalker Brown in fourth. Alex CDL fifth there, coming across the line. Good points for his championship as well.
Ooh, this is close.
And Twingo Tastic and Roger coming to the line. Who's going to get there? It's Twingo Tastic, just about. We saw, bit of... Even after they passed the line, they're still, battling away and banging wheels. And D-Man now across the line in eighth position. Good points for the Irishman, and Luke McGee chasing him home all the way there. Oxlong, BTCC Dan in 11th. And Alex Brown sadly didn't finish that race. I think he's speeding a naughty boy.
Yeah, quite a not the most tense of races, but I think the pits really did make it in the end, especially the pit exit for Stu that could potentially cost him a win. But as you see there, your race winner is Scuderia Sam by quite a healthy margin for an oval. But I think the only real battle towards the end was Twingo Tastic and Roger, and they really took it to line.
Yeah, so thankfully that's the last oval of the championship. Oh, I know, terrible. Anyway, Scuderia Sam's leading the way now, 133 points ahead of Alex CDL. Stuart Davis, only 4 points behind Alex now, with Roger the Dodger not scoring so many today, but he's still in contention in fourth there. Free Gazelle had a great day today with the podium in fifth now. Quite a little gap over Stalker Brown and Luke McGee, who's battling in the midfield there. Twingo Tastic had a good run as well. It's a really good, interesting midfield battle actually going on, isn't it, Alex?
Yeah, it's really pretty good, especially with the teams championship as well. That's also quite nice and close. So towards the end of this championship, any driver can get any position really, and still the main championship is up for grabs still.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it's very close between the top three there as well. So thank you for watching, and next time I think we're at Sonoma, so that's going to be a very challenging little circuit, isn't it? Hilly and cresty. The crestiness rating is off the scale there, so the drivers will go from probably one of the easiest races that they've ever done to one of the hardest.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's super hilly, loads of crests and off cameras. It's not one for the faint of heart.
Absolutely. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you there. So from Alex and I, thank you for watching, and I'll try not to have any more senior moments.